Yo, 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 YouTube, what's up? It's me, Joseph Garcia again. I hope y'all like my last one. Hope you like this one. If you just leave your comments and advice, I would really appreciate it. Hope you like this one. Let me tell you. But anyway, the other night, I had asked my girlfriend, I said, have you ever tried 69? She looks at me and she tells me no. She's like, that's why do you ask me that? But she told me, she goes, but I've done 53. I was like, 53? What is 53? She said, that's all the man I could screw in one night, you know? Okay. But anyway, I was surprised, and then, I remember one day, I went out and I went out one night to the club and I bought me a $10 hooker, and so I took her up to the hotel, and the next day I find out she gave me crabs. I was like, this fucking bitch done gave me crabs. Oh my God. So I went back to the hooker, to complain and to tell her that she gave me crabs. She laughs at me and she tells me, what do you expect for $10? Lobster? I was like, this bitch, no she didn't. No she didn't just fucking tell me that. But anyway, I was pissed, I was just really pissed, because I had the crabs. I was over there just scratching, scratching like this, And then I remember one time, I had asked my girlfriend, I said, would you like to do 69? And she was like, but she was like, yeah, but I would really like to do 88. I was like, 88? What is 88? She was like, it's better than 69 because I get 8 twice. I was like, okay, yeah, that was really good, And she got it. I was like, okay, you had that, okay, but but I remember one time too. I went to the store the other day, and I saw a girl. She had some huge ass titties. Let me tell you about it. Damn, I mean they were big. And then I remembered, that brought me back a memory that I used to date a girl that had big ass titties, but she would always get harassed. Poor girl. She would always get harassed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she would get harassed because she got them big ass titties, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, and all the guys would harass her because she had them big ass titties that men needed time with. They needed time with them titties. Like, they had questions. They needed help to process them. I was like, I bet, because them things were huge. Let me tell you. I mean, you ain't seen some titties like that until you seen hers. Let me tell you. And the other day I overheard some people talking about how you can get some diseases playing with prairie dogs. I was like, you can get a disease playing with a prairie dog? And I was like, wow, I was so disappointed because I thought playing with my prairie dog was the best way to avoid diseases. I was like, well, I thought I was avoiding diseases when I was playing with my prairie dog. Yeah. you know, but I was like, okay, well, whatever. It's all right though. But and then I remember one Christmas, Christmas Eve, I was thinking that I should buy something good for my girlfriend, because I was always short of money, and I was short of money that day also, so I thought and thought really hard. I was like, what should I get her? And I thought, and I was like, well, I went to the store. I went to one of the stores, and I went into the cosmetic department, and I asked the lady there, what's a good present to get my girlfriend, that's reasonable price, stuff like that. Well, she showed me some perfumes. She brought me she brought me a perfume which it cost about 150. I was like, whoa, that's a lot. Well, she brought in another bottle, a smaller bottle, which it cost about $50. I think it was about $50, but that was far too much for me. I was just like, okay. Well, anyway, I could tell the girl, she was getting annoyed with my meanness. Then she bought me a tinier bottle that was around $10. I became really agitated with myself, and I told the girl, I said, what's something that's really cheap and good to get for my girlfriend? And she told me, go to the mirror and look at yourself. I was like, okay, I got you. That was good. So you're going to call me cheap because I was looking for something cheap, Have you ever thought about what a girl wants for Christmas? I have always thought about that. And I remember one Christmas Eve, me and my sister were shopping at the mall. We were out there in the mall shopping. Well, you know how Santa Claus is always at the mall sitting in his chair, sitting in his chair. Well, my sister, she walks over there to Santa Claus, and she gets there, and Santa Claus doesn't usually take requests from adults. I was like, no, don't go. Well, but my sister, she smiles and sits on him, and he just looks over it. He just looks over her and asks her, hey, what can I get for you? Well, my sister, she looks at him and she answers really quickly, and she goes, I'd like to get something for my mother. And Santa Claus goes, that's very nice and thoughtful of you, that's very loving. Well, and then Santa Claus, he replies and he goes, well, what can I get for your mother, And my sister looks over there and she just like a son-in-law. Oh my God. And so I just started laughing, I was laughing and I just couldn't help but laugh. But anyway, and then I was like, and then I was wondering also, I was like, what a boy would want for Christmas too, Well, I remember one day, one Christmas Eve, I accompanied my dad out shopping at the toy department in Walmart, one Christmas Eve. Well, my dad said, well, what a marvelous train. What a marvelous train set. Well, my dad said he would buy it. And the girl behind the counter looked pleased and sure, and she murmured, great, I'm sure your son would really love that. And then my dad replied with a glint in his eye. He goes, maybe you're right. I think I'll take 2 of them. But yeah, but and then I remember too, he was just sitting there. I mean, he was standing there, and then he looked at the girl, and he looked at me, and he just started laughing because because she was like, he knew what she was talking about, but he was talking about the train set. She was talking about something else, But most people are, like me and my friends, we were talking about abortion and breast cancer one day, Don't get me wrong, everyone has their own beliefs on abortion and breastfeeding. It's okay, because this is America and everyone has their own opinion abortion and breastfeeding, which, you know, me, well, my belief is that life starts when you mind your own fucking business. That's just me, though. That's just me, though. You know, when you mind your own fucking business. That's just me. You know? And I can't help that. And so, I mean, because most people, you know how most people are, they're like, oh, look, she's over here breastfeeding, and big ass titty just hanging, and, you know, she's just over there breastfeeding. And I'm like, leave the lady alone. You know, mind your own fucking business. That's her fucking titty. She wants to pop it out. Let her fucking pop it out and feed her son, her daughter, whatever. You know, I don't understand these people these days. I don't understand this world anymore, because let me tell you, you know, I noticed that a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it's mainly a lot of white folks who talk about that. You know, they always saying, well, if we let the Mexican immigration issue get out of control, before you know it, our American culture is going to be Latino culture. You know, I'm like, okay, I mean, you're the ones, I thought white folks loved Latino culture, because, you know, white folks are the ones who love it most of all, because they love tacos and they love Mexican food and children. Come on, how do you not love Mexican culture? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. And then, you know, a lot of people are always like, I love tacos, I love enchiladas, and it's mainly a lot of white folks that go to Mexican restaurants, you know. And then the other day we were talking about that too, Mexican folks, you know, and we were talking about, and I grew up watching NASCAR. I was like, I loved me some NASCAR because it made everything so fun, you know. But can you imagine a Mexican in NASCAR racing? That is not funny. Or can you imagine a Mexican guy driving a NASCAR sponsored by Tide? Oh yeah, right. That's not funny. You know, can you see a Mexican guy driving a car sponsored by Bimbo Bread? I could, because, you know, that's hilarious. I mean, come on. Bimbo Bread comes from Mexico. A Mexican guy driving a Mexican car, a NASCAR that's sponsored by Bimbo Bread. Oh, that's hilarious, let me tell you. But hope you like that. Please excuse some of the mess ups, but hope you like that. Give me your advice and comments. And my name is Joseph Garcia. Thank you.